You know what, right? As a believer, focus is the problem. Focus is the problem. And it's like all day, every day, there's always a battle for your focus. Even like when you're on social media, and there's all different social media platforms, and they're all battling for your focus. They want you to see things, they want to keep you on the platform as long as possible. And what they do also, they get the algorithm to operate a certain way to keep you hooked on social media and keep you focused on those platforms. And I find that that's the biggest challenge that we have as believers today is our focus, because we struggle to focus on the things of God. So you could open the Bible. This is really deep. You can open the Bible and just read. You just start reading one or two verses of the Bible. You start losing interest. You start falling asleep. The reason why that's happened is because what happens is that when we are on social media, it begins to change the way we think. It starts to mold our thinking a certain way. And that's the reason why we have to kind of cut that down. It's like an addiction as well. It kind of like feeds a certain part of your mind where you keep on staying on your phone all the time. And it's taking your focus off the things of God. And that's why I realized that as believers, a lot of us, we struggle with a lot of things. It's because we're feeding ourselves with things that's against what God wants us to be focused on. So it's like we're feeding on junk food. When you're on social media and things like that, it's like you're eating junk food and it's destroying you. You're just destroying your health. So that's what social media is like. So it's like we need to be in the Word, because the Word brings life to our spirit and brings life to our life. And the more we're in the Word, the more our life, the more better our thought process becomes, the better our thinking, our mental health becomes, the better our vocabulary comes. We start speaking what God is speaking, because we're feeding on the Word. And the devil is trying to get us not to focus on the Word. He wants us to focus on things that are worthless. Woo! The devil wants us to spend the majority of our time focused on things that are worthless, focused on things that don't bring growth and help into our life. So it's like we've got to be very, very smart. Okay, very, very smart on what we are allowing to take our focus, because too much social media, too much gaming is not good. Too much of a certain thing is not good, but too much of the Bible, you can never have too much of the Bible. You can never have enough of the Bible. You can't have enough of the presence of God. So let's start spending time and focusing on the things of God so we can grow spiritually and grow spiritually strong. Because I find that whenever I'm like on social media, or I'm focused on things that's not to do with God, I find that the quality of life starts going down. The quality of my thoughts start going down. When you start to surround yourself, like I said, with a lot of entertainment, your thoughts start going down. Your thought process starts going down. Your mental health starts being attacked. And like we know, the enemy uses things like social media, uses entertainment to attack our spirit, and to bring demons and bondages into our lives. So sometimes